How's it going, folks? That's me back out again, and just making my way up that track. I'm intending to camp on Ben Crom summit. Bit of fog up here, so I don't know what it's going to be like, but that's my target, so we'll see. Relatively light winds, and the weather forecast isn't too bad, so yeah, it should be grand. So thanks for joining me, and yeah, it should be a good one. It's cleared a wee bit at the minute, but this was all engulfed in fog just a minute ago. I won't be able to see if anyone's camped on Ben Crom if it's foggy. There is only like one or two pitches on it, and they're very close together. So if I get over there and there's somebody already camping, I'm gonna have to turn on my heels and go back across the boggy sort of ground again and try and find somewhere else, probably Sleeve Loch Shanna or something, or even down to Loch Shanna itself, or Dewan is a possibility, but there's not a lot of pitches up there either. First I have to negotiate this boggy patch here, and I'll be going up the left up that bit and then going to the right then. Or what I usually do is go down and go up to the right that way. So I think I'm going to go left. It's been dry now for the past week, not much rain at all, so it shouldn't be too bad. So yeah, I'm going to hang a left down here and go up that way, see how we get on. That's me up the stile, and you're welcome with the cracking views of Dewan, and the fog's sort of cleared, so that's fantastic. And yeah, half an hour up the stile from the car park, not too bad considering I was doing with the filming and stuff. So yeah, now I just follow the track on round Sleeve Loch Shanna, and then on round and cross over the boggy sort of ground over the summit of Ben Crom. So hopefully the fog will be clear and I can see if somebody's camping there already. Not too many out. A few sort of coming behind me there. The car park wasn't too bad, which was nice. A few people walked past me on the way down. I think I'm going to be getting a shower of rain coming in. I got 4G there, and it was showing that there was going to be a shower coming in. I'll get a wee update on the weather. But yeah, I'll head on. I'll see you on around the track a bit. So thankfully so far it hasn't been too wet underfoot, and the gullies here, which would normally be kind of waterlogged and very marshy, are pretty well dried up and actually walkable on the whole. So that's good. Rain is coming on in earnest now. So that's my destination up there. So I'm gonna follow this along, get to the other side of the wee river here, follow that. Need to pick up some water there as well. That's the last sort of water source I have before I get to the summit. So I'm going to stop and collect some water at the wee river that I've been following. Probably just get it down in here. Some flowing water there. So do that, and then I'm heading away from the river then and up onto the ridge here, and then I'll be following that on up to the summit. And the summit's clogged and fogged there at the minute. Had a shower of rain there, and it's still sort of going, but not as bad as what it was. And got a bit of a wetting, not too bad. So yeah, get this water and then keep going. So just came up from the river there, and following wee piles of stones, managed to get up to the track here, and this should take me pretty much straight up to the summit. Very handy somebody's done that, because it's a minefield there of marshy bits, and so far I've managed to avoid getting the feet wet going into muck. Just from the cliff face here, the top of the cliff face, there's fantastic views down over Silent Valley Reservoir, and that was the river that I was following down. And Anto was down below here somewhere for a geocache. There's a wee cave, it's maybe along here somewhere actually. There's a wee cave for the geocache in it. So Anto was up a few weeks back getting that. And yeah, it's a brave height. You wouldn't want to be tripping up here, that's for sure. And the wind's picked up a right bit being up higher here, so I'll see what it's like up at the summit. There's a big rock that I'm hoping to camp beside, and hopefully that'll afford me some shelter from the wind. The wind is to ease off apparently through the night, so that would be good. But yeah, we'll see what it's like when we get up there. If it's too bad, I might drop down to the other side of the valley here. There's another wee stream down there, and I know that Alan from Walk Watchers camped down there a while back, so there should be a pitch somewhere along there if I need to. And just coming up to where I want to pitch up to the top here. Well, that's actually the top there, the summit, but I'm going to be camping over this side, because there's shelter from a stone here, a rock, sorry. So this is where I'm intending to pitch, and it should be grand here. And I've got this big rock formation, this tor, giving me some shelter from the wind. This is why I came here tonight, because with the wind direction, I've camped here before and I knew the wind direction. This should afford me some shelter, and it is, thankfully. So that's great news, and I don't think the wind's to change too much in direction. It is to calm down a wee bit, apparently, but we'll see. So yeah, a wee bit clagged over. It breaks every so often. As I was coming up, it was quite clear, but as you can see now, give you a wipe there. As you can see now, it's all clagged over. But we'll get a wee look over the edge here. Down to Ben Crom Reservoir. And yeah, you wouldn't want to be having too many shandies camping up here and messing about. You fall down there, there's no coming back. You can sort of just about make out Blue Lock over at the Carrick Little track there. And yeah, great views. Great views from this mountain. This is one of my favourites, probably. There's not too many people come up here, which is great. It's off the beaten track, and yeah, it offers views a wee bit different from the usual. Different perspective. You're right in the middle of the mountains here, and it just gives a different perspective and different views, and yeah, it's quite dramatic. So I'm going to take a bit of a break. I've only got one beer with me, so I'm not going to do my usual and crack a beer before I get the tent up. I'm gonna wait till everyone's done, and then whenever I get a seat, I'll crack it then. Maybe leave it for my dinner. I've got some wee steaks with me, so I might leave it till then. It's near dinner time anyway, so I might just do both at the same time, but we'll see. Right, get a breather, get a wee drink of juice, and then get the tent up. Class. Great views. The fog sort of cleared a bit, so yeah, great views now. Class. And yeah, not a sinner to be seen. Although it's a great spot for seeing some of the summits for torches. Let's say maybe somebody up in Dewan later on tonight. Although it's pretty breezy to be up there. Alright, get this tent up. The rain is off, so it rained the whole way from I left the track and went sort of off track across the boggy stuff. It rained the whole time. So I'm in my one man, I think it's Carrymore tent. I've had it up here before in this spot. It's not the flattest here. It's a wee bit bumpy, lumpy. But it's the best sort of spot here for shelter. and it'll do. Um, so yeah, I've had it up here before. Last time I had it up, last time I had it up, I had it over there. But the time I had it pitched here, I only had the inner tent. It was a lovely summer's day, and I didn't need to fly, and it was class just having this tent I can do that with. Just have the inner, which was great. Hands got cold coming up in the rain, so stuck the gloves on, and I was glad to have them. But I've also got another pair of gloves with me because I've learnt you can never have enough gloves with you, because if one set gets wet, then you're scuppered. So I've got 2 pairs with me. I'll keep the other one dry for later on, and tomorrow I'll hang these ones up in the tent probably, just to dry them off a bit, just in case I need them again. And this is inner pitch first. So I'm glad that the rain is off. And the wind calmed down a wee bit there for a bit. And the fog cleared. Ground isn't great here for the pegs. Ground's actually not too bad. It's just that first peg, and now I've moved it, it's fine. So yeah, the ground's very good actually. Okay, fly sheet now. So that's a tent up. Bit of faffing around. Pitched it, and then the peg over at the door, there was a big rock, so I had to move the whole thing over a bit. So that's it now. I'm happy with it. Not sure what the ground's like underneath it, but it'll be what it'll be. So drizzling a wee bit now. It's completely fogged out, so I'm going to get everything in, get set up, maybe get a bit of change of clothes on, and think about get some food on the go as well. Get in and get settled down. Now, so So I've got this event dry bag. I've got my Thermarest all season sleeping mat. I've got my wee dry bag here with all my electrics in it. I've got a pair of big thick fleecy socks, and in one of them I've got a beer, the one beer, wee hip flask of whiskey as well, single malt. I've got my food bag, so I'm going healthy this week, so I don't have a load of unhealthy snacks. I've got lots of healthy snacks, and I'll show you bits and pieces of that as we go. My kettle, stove, gas, and that's pretty much it. I've got my seat with me as well, so I can sit out for a while if the weather allows me to. So first off, I'm going to get the sleeping mat inflated. I'm getting it in the pump. So I've had this Thermarest all season now for must be about 8 years. It's served me well, but I've noticed up at the top bit here it's delaminated a bit, so it sort of bulges. So you'll see it whenever I get it inflated. It's sort of delaminated on one side, so it bulges on one side a bit. So if anybody fancies sponsoring or giving me a winter all season sleeping mat, I'll be very appreciative. That'll be very nice. So get this inflated and then get the quilt and everything out and fluffed up and get the place looking ship shape. Ooh. So it's just tight. And that's where it's like delaminated over this side here. You can see it should be like that, and it's delaminated or something here. So yeah, I might actually turn it around and have that down at the foot end. So I might be doing that. Rucksack that I've got today is the 45 litre 3F UL Gear Tanshan Ultra. So really good bag, really happy with it. It's 45 litres, so there's not a massive amount of space. So I got this See the Summit dry bag, which is also compressible, and that allows me to bring quite a bit of gear, but be able to compress it down, and that allows space for my big food bag and stuff that I bring with me. I've got loads of food with me, quite a bit of food. That's heavy. So there's my down jacket, my quilt, my undies and socks, woolly hat, my bag that the quilt does be stored in, so I use that as a pillow. Another pair of gloves, inflatable pillow which I put inside that bag, merino wool long sleeve top, down trousers, merino wool spare t-shirt, and merino wool long johns. So yeah, loads of stuff goes in that, and it compresses it to a really small size, and that's the first thing that goes down to the bottom of the rucksack. And then that allows me to put in my big food bag, big heavy food bag, and then obviously the tent. And it allows me to put in the Storm Star, which is the 4-season tent that I have. And it's a chunky enough size bag, but it fits in the top. And yeah, great. I don't think I could get away with putting my 4-season sleeping bag, my winter down sleeping bag, into the compression bag and still have enough room for the Storm Star, to be fair. But the quilt goes down to -6, like, limit really. So it's fine for 3-season sort of stuff. And that's what I'd be using that bag for. If I can get away with a winter camp of wood, it's waterproof and everything as well. But that dry bag keeps all that down, and all my clothing and stuff, make sure it's kept dry. So yeah, really happy with the bag. Have no complaints at all with it. Would really recommend it, and it's 150 quid. It's the same material as the Durson bag. It's like the plastic sort of line sort of stuff, ultra fabric or whatever it is. The roll topping on it's really good as well. Good pockets on the side, and the big pocket at the front of it here, you can stick the waterproof jacket in. I've got my water, I just seen, in that as well. So yeah, great bag. Really impressed with it. Would recommend it. So I'll get the quilt all set up, pillow all sorted, chill out for a while, and then probably get a coffee on, and then think about getting some food on. It's completely clogged over now, and it's starting to rain again. It was mizzling, but it's starting to get a bit heavier now, so yeah, I'll batten down the hatches a wee bit and just get set up and chill out for a while, I think. That should be enough water. Using the wee Soto Windmaster, which replaced my MSR Pocket Pocket Rocket Deluxe 2, which served me well. This is pretty much a copy of it. But this has got 4 pot holders instead of the 3 that the Pocket Rocket had, which is definitely better. And I have a mountain of stuff in here. Solid. A bottle of sauce for my steak. I've got pre-boiled rice and I boil in the bag, so that'll be nice with the sauce as well. My tongs, that's my coffee and my coffee filters, so leave them there. Oil for my steak. It's got peppered mackerel. We cool thing. I've got some sushi and also a poke pot, sushi poke pot. I've got, that's my steak there, a couple of wee steaks. Some pickled mussels, some pickles, Coleman's pickles, love them. Got some soy sauce as well, and a couple of boiled eggs. So I'll not go hungry, that's for sure. But I'm a snacker, so I'd rather have those healthy things and I can snack away at. as opposed to crisps and chocolates and things like that I usually bring up with me. So I'm trying to be good. So maybe leave the mackerel for my breakfast for the morning. There's a bit of a foreign body in my water, but it doesn't really matter. I'll be putting it through the coffee filter anyway, so that'll not be in my coffee. Let's be grand there. So we've got these little paper filters that just sit over the cup like so, and yeah, it gives for a really good strong coffee, which I like, and it's super compact and really light. I've got the coffee in 1 miler bag here, the ground coffee, and then in this other bag I've got a load of those wee filters, and also sachets of sugar. So makes very nice, neat, compact and light wee coffee setup, but it gives a really good coffee, nice and strong, which I like. I would be one for taking espressos whenever I'm in the house. I've got a wee espresso machine, and he's the wee pod jobs, and gives me a nice wee strong coffee. So I love a good strong coffee, and it's difficult to get a strong coffee when camping. I've tried the coffee bags and they're alright, but they're not that strong. And I've tried a modified French press. I took those glass French press jobs. I took the bit out of it, the like sort of the press bit out of it, and cut it down, and put it inside my 750ml titanium pot. You know, the ones. So it's okay. It's a bit messy though. It gives it decent coffee, but this is really compact, really lightweight, and yeah, it gives really good coffee. Takes a bit of time, but I've got time, and you can't beat a good coffee. And if there's a bit of time needed, I'm all for that. But yeah, this is a great wee job. So yeah, all set up. Still clagged out there. Found my slippers. I didn't think I had my slippers with me, but they were in the bottom of my rucksack, so I'll be able to stick them on as well, just for nipping out to the toilet and whatnot if need to, and keep my tootsies warm. And they're a great job. Nordisk slippers. I've seen them already in previous videos, but they're a great job. Down slippers, but they've got a bit of a sole on them and a bit of a lip sort of at the edge. So if the ground is a wee bit damp or whatever, it's not too bad. You can get away with it. But they keep the feet warm. I'll whack them on soon. And I've also got my big thick fleecy socks with me as well. If my feet get really cold, I can whack them on. I'll probably put them on whenever I go to bed. But yeah, great to be out. even though it is foggy and rainy or whatever. It's just great to be out for the night in nature, enjoying it. This wee tent's grand, so it is. Not massive, but it doesn't need to be. Oh, love this wee mountain. As I said earlier, the views from it are just different. Um, Different perspective on, looking from Dewan, you get great views and stuff. 360. Here's very similar, um, but Dewan's busy. There's always somebody up in it. Um, we're here, it's usually very quiet. Um, and there's great views to be had from it. And I say it's a different perspective. You're looking at Dewan, and you're looking down at Ben Crom Reservoir and over to Blue Lock and stuff, and Carrick Little Track from the other side of the valley. Um, yeah, I love it. Um, it's one of those summits that sort of gets overlooked by a lot of people. There's not a lot of people come up here, which is great as well. But yeah, they're missing out a little bit. It's a bit of a chore to get to be fair. And it can be quite mucky and marshy and stuff, particularly in wet weather. But it's definitely worth it. So the rain stopped and it's cleared up a good bit. I'll just show you here. The fog's lifted a good bit, and I'm just working away at my sushi, which is lovely. But while it's clear, I wanted to show you the views. So there's Carrick Little Track over here, Blue Lock. And there's the path up the Binion, the North Tor, down in the Ben Crom Reservoir, and you can see Silent Valley Reservoir on down there. But yeah, good and clear now. There's Dewan showing itself too, and Sleeve Loch Shanna just to the left of it there. I'll take a wee run up to the top of the Tor up here. I'm just in my slippers, so I just need to be super careful on this rock. Oh dear, oh. Can see down to the wee camp spot at the end of Ben Crom there. There's Lamagan showing itself now. Time for another wee coffee. And that's the view from the tent. And the sun's going to be setting over this direction. Hopefully, and it's looking unlikely, but hopefully it'll clear up a bit and we'll get something. So this is coffee number 2, and the sushi was lovely. So it was definitely do that again. The wee sushi bowl thing with the rice and the beans, and there was carrot and smoked salmon, cucumber and bits and pieces. It was very nice. And then the wee selection of sushi, like the roll things, normal sort of sushi things, California rolls, whatever they're called. I brought an extra. I done a wee boil in the bag rice, just like Uncle Ben's or whatever. And added that in as well. I'd pre-cooked it and refrigerated it. Added that in as well. So yeah, it was good packing actually. I've got those two wee steaks there, but I don't even know if I'm fit to eat them. It's what, coming on 9 o'clock now. It's getting pretty dark now, and it's completely clagged out outside. So I've got all my layers on. Whenever I was eating my sushi and stuff, I was outside, and I went up onto the tor beside me here, and it was pretty breezy. It was cold, very cold. So got all my layers on. I've got my merino base layers on. Got my down trousers on, which is class, and yeah, my fleece under this and the down jacket. So yeah, I'm all toasty. I've got my thick socks on as well. Took my other socks off, put them on, so they're warming up nicely. Oh, lovely. Incidentally, when I've parked the car at car park, just down below it, on the car park side, in the ditch, there was two cars. I'll stick a wee photo up there. So I don't know what happened there, whether they crossed into each other and ended up in the ditch, but they were in really bad shape, and God love whoever was in them, because I'm sure they would have had pretty bad injuries, and trapped as well, I'd say, because they were well in the ditch. The ditch is very deep, and yeah, they were on their side pretty much. So it's just been chilling in the tent for a while, watching some videos and stuff like on YouTube, and didn't even have my beer or anything. Didn't have the steak. I was full up after the sushi. Didn't have snacks or anything. I'm gonna call it a night and hit the scratcher, and I'll see you in the morning. Good night. Morning, folks. So got up to see if there was going to be any sort of sunrise, and as you can see, no view to be had at all, fogged out. So yeah, I'm gonna get back into the quilt in the bed and see if I can have a bit more sleep. I didn't get too much last night, so see if I can get a wee bit more. It was 3 hours later, and I did get some sleep, which was very nice. So I just opened up the tent there, opened the door to see if the fog had cleared, and it has. Ah, yeah. You can see for miles. I'll show you here now. So yeah, that's where I came from there. So away from over here, cut across, followed the river down a good bit, and then came up, and then up here, and that bit there, that would have been very interesting in the fog now. the Bands Road. Lock. And there's Sleeve Donard, Comedy. Sleeve the Clock. Lamigan obviously right in front of us there. And then there's Berna there was a couple of weeks ago. It's biting that wind. So get a coffee on in the tent. No, I'm looking forward to this. Lovely. We've got a nice clear view, which is fantastic. Head up onto the summit again. See the view from up there. And it's a long way down. On a good clear day you can actually see the lights from Dublin on down here. Seems to be like a mini bus or something like that down at the Ben Crom. You can see a couple of people as well. This is a bank holiday, so I'd expect it being a dry day, be quite a few people going out for walks and stuff in the mountains. I've already seen a few people up in Doan. So get all packed up and start making a move. That's me all set, so I'm just gonna peel my orange, put the peel into the bag, and I'll eat that on the way down. Class. So as usual, no trace left. That's where the tent was there. And just one final look around. Beautiful day. The wind has calmed down as well, so hopefully whenever I'm making my way down through that, it's going to be calm as well. I don't know whether it's just because of the rock here, but yeah, you can hear people going up Binion. Loads of people up the Wan. So this is the two stones that I'm keeping an eye out for. I'm going to follow them, and then the wee piles of stones that have been left, that'll take me down to the river where I came across yesterday. And it's great, the sun's out. Not in it at the moment, but there was a wee bit whenever I was up at the cliffs. It was lovely. Bit of heat from the sun as well, so hopefully I'll get into the sun on up the river here and get a bit of heat. It's not too bad, it's a wee bit breezy down here, but not too bad. But yeah, great walking. So back onto the track and head back round to the stile then. So that's me up and over the stile and back on the odd track. I'm going to leave this wee video here. Track's very busy, a lot of people out bank holiday, and I can see loads of cars parked down the road at the car park. So yeah, I'll leave this one here, and if you've watched this far, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.